I've literally been waiting all day to make this video. I've been at my job just thinking about what has been circulating in my local news and slowly more and more national news. In the last couple months, I have really been getting into true crime. I've been watching a lot of Red Tree Crime, Explore With Us, Dreading, stuff like that. It's a lot of like court, it's interrogation videos, it's court videos, body cam videos. I don't know why it's been showing up in my algorithm and I've just been interacting with it, so I'm getting it more. And, it's really just interesting to me. I always get really interested when it's something that happens in my state of Pennsylvania. But of course, I haven't really seen anything that's taken place in my hometown. But I have a very strong feeling that that's going to change. A man who lives in my hometown of Ephrata, Pennsylvania, has just been charged and arrested for robbing over 100 bodies from graves. I'm gonna rephrase that. This dude was grave robbing and he stole 100 corpses and just had them in his house. Pennsylvania is not super unfamiliar with extreme, like, gruesome crimes like this. We've had a fair share happen within Pennsylvania, but in my opinion, there's just something about this that is so dark and so gruesome, and we're going to get into it. But before I do, just keep in mind that the topics in this video are very dark, and if you're not okay with violence being discussed or gore or things like that, and potentially child violence towards children, if that's something that offends you, this video is not going to be for you. I know this is kind of straying from my normal topic of martial arts, but this literally hits home for me as this took place in my hometown only a few days ago. Not a whole lot of information has come out about this, but as we get into it, we're going to see that this has been going on for a long time, at least a year, and if not, it has to be more. It seems like this has been going on for a long time. Jonathan Gerlach of Ephrata, Pennsylvania, was traveling to Delaware County, which I'm gonna Google Maps that really quick. Yeah, so this guy was driving to Delco out like an hour away to go rob a cemetery that has made reports, I'm going to put the news article right up here, has made reports of vandalism in the last few months, within the last year, has made reports about vandalism. I feel like we need to just dive into an article or something because I just can't even keep my head straight. A Pennsylvania man is facing hundreds of charges after over 100 full or partial sets of human and skeletal remains were allegedly found in his home and a storage unit in a scene a district attorney described as a horror movie come to life. I just, like, brother, I can't even fathom this. Jonathan Gerlach, 34, of Ephrata, PA, was arrested this week by police who were investigating a string of burglarized graves and mausoleums at the Mount Moriah Cemetery on the outskirts of Philadelphia. He was out in Delco. What he was doing with these skeletons, we're going to get into that because he was fairly open about his collection of human remains. You see, Jonathan, not only was he seemingly a fairly talented grave robber, if that's anything to be proud of, he was also a very talented photographer, and that really shows when you take a look at his Instagram, which the handle is, I shit you not, Dead Shit Daddy. When we take a look at this Instagram, I can't show the full images. I'm going to put up blurred images and we're going to look at some captions. And I'm going to describe just what was on this Instagram. And I can't believe that Instagram is still has the page up. I mean, that might change. Like I said, this is still a really fresh case. So right up here, I have, like, this is the heading of his page. Okay, so number one, I love the category that he has his page as education page. Love that. It's a great touch. His bio says provenance and forensic documentation of human and animal remains, curator, not thief, not robber, not not stealer of people's relatives, curator of specimens. Curator of specimens. But I love the level of cope, and we're going to get into it because the cope goes even deeper. The way that he tried to craft his alibis is really insane. But before we get into that, just one of the first posts that he makes, actually his third most recent post, I'm just going to describe the image. It is a picture of a human skull with dentures still attached to them. I'm stumbling over my words. I literally can't even get them out of me. That's how insane this is. Just look up the Instagram for yourself. The wildest piece about this to me is that it wasn't necessarily just for fun, because the more we dig into the social media accounts, he has Instagram and Facebook that I'm aware of. He might have other social medias as well. But as we can see here, he's actually listing some of these bones on Facebook Marketplace, and there does seem to be a market for them. And if we look here at this one post that he made, I'm just going to read off this caption really quick. As I complete my certification in forensic and osteological analysis, I will be offering certified provenance analysis reports through my upcoming LLC. I truly believe that this was an attempt to have an alibi or some type of legal loophole of some sort to justify what he was doing. That's just my take. That's all speculation. I like I said, this case is super new. There's really not a whole lot of information that we have about it, right? So, I mean, anything could be true, but that's what I believe. The other really striking thing about the page is how he actually talks about these corpses as if they aren't people that really existed. They're now objects to be sold. They're objects to be taken pictures of and to be made into artwork, as if they're just objects. They're not beings, you know. And I understand they're deceased, but I think that, you know, any moral person would reasonably say that desecrating human bodies is just not okay. And I want to read a post that really kind of hammers in that point. And before I do, I just want to give another warning that this was the one that really shook me. This post really shook me. Again, it's another image of a human skull seemingly on a desk or a table. There doesn't seem to be too much extra about it. It really is pretty simple, but the caption is what strikes me. So I'm going to read it. This precious little one, just 3 or 4 years old, has recently come under my guardianship to be honored and preserved. I am privileged to restore her delicate bones, sutures, and dentition. I haven't even seen that word, bro. I'm not on his level, I guess. She will find a place in my private collection where she will be housed with utmost respect. And, you know, you could argue that, yes, he is sort of glorifying it. He is speaking about it in a way that, you know, seemingly doesn't objectify the person. He's trying to be in some weird way moral about it. But when you know the reality of what happened and how he got his hands on that, and the fact that he's, you know, openly selling these things, it's just really mind-boggling to me. Hey guys, I'm actually in the middle of chopping this video up right now. I'm editing it. I kind of wanted to catch myself here because in the middle of recording this video, while I was going through it, it was really shocking to me, and it was kind of hard for me to, like, find my words at certain points, so I kind of wanted to, like, add to this. What makes his language so striking in this post, even though his language is somewhat positive, like I was trying to say, what makes it so disturbing is his possessiveness over this little girl's skull. He feels that because he went out of his way to clean it up or steal it, take it, and in his own way take care of it, he feels entitled to own something that does not belong to him, and belonged to a little girl that passed away. So I think I wanted to just hammer in the point that I'm trying to make in this segment of the video, that his language over these, we'll call them victims, is very possessive and disturbing. I expect that there's going to be more information that comes out. In fact, I just saw that there was a new article that came out like 3 hours ago. Ephrata, PA investigators are back at a Lancaster County home where they reported finding more than 100 human remains earlier this week. The Lancaster County coroner, Delaware County medical examiner, and a crime scene unit were packed in front of Jonathan Gerlach's home on the 100 block of Washington Avenue. That's crazy, dude. That's literally like 2 blocks away from me. It's still just amazing. It's mind-boggling how many times I've passed that house in the last 2 years. Never imagined what was going on, said neighbor Kay Ank. Court documents reveal that Gerlach's criminal history includes a November arrest for theft at an East Earl Township hardware store where he stole a headlamp, an LED rechargeable glow stick, and a hammer drill bit, gloves, and a metal cutting wheel. Bro was getting ready for it. He paid for other items that day and chose to hide these specific items. Bro knew exactly what he was locked in. He hit a lick. Holy shit, this is crazy. In December, Lancaster, by the way, if you're not from Lancaster, PA, and you ever pronounce it Lancaster, you will be crucified. It's a Lancaster. In December, Lancaster City Police received a tip from a family friend of the Gerlach saying, look into Jonathan Gerlach for the Luzerne County Mausoleum robbery. I know someone who's friends with this family, and they mentioned they recently discovered a partially decomposed corpse hanging in his basement, but were afraid to tell the police. Bro, like, people knew about this. Like, people suspected this guy. They were like, I think he did that. I think he robbed the mausoleum, bro. Like, that's crazy. People knew, people saw the red flags. Like, how are you getting all these bodies? Where are you getting? I just want to know what he was saying. Like, what was the lie? How do you get at, like, what was the lie that he was telling people that had him just like, no, it's cool? Police are investigating Gerlach's Facebook page where he posted photos of himself holding skulls. It's Edit Room Dom again. There was a point that I wanted to touch on here with his Facebook. On June 5th of 2025, he made a post. It's a picture of him on a Harley, and he has a skull like sitting on the handlebars. I'll put the picture up here and I'll blur the skull out. The caption, it says, still alive, life has a way of drop kicking us into change. Now living alone in the mountains, riding Harley, and slinging skulls. So this tells me that this has been going on for quite some time, and he says still alive. So I just have this feeling that maybe he's been doing this for longer than just since June, since he moved to this area. Maybe he's been doing this for quite some time, or maybe he moved here specifically to do this. There's just a lot of possibilities with it. I can't even blame the guy, okay? I really can't even blame the guy. This is fake. I got it on Amazon when I was 15. I don't even blame the guy, okay? Human skulls are pretty fucking cool. This is cool. Like, I don't need to go, like, steal a human skull for real. Like, I'm good with, like, this is pretty accurate, right? Like, from the pictures we saw on his Instagram, right? Like, it looks pretty accurate. Listen, I'm beating a dead horse. I hope that more comes out about this, and honestly, I just want to say, I hope that every family who may be involved with this, who maybe have a family member whose body was stolen from its grave, I just truly hope peace upon all of the families that this is going to potentially affect. Just imagine, anything like this. It's just completely crazy. So I don't know. That's about all I really have to say. I'm kind of mind boggled. I need to go like rip a ball or something, but yeah. Anyway, till the next video. I'll see you guys later. Peace.